What's up, everybody? This is your girl Melissa from Dreambella.com, home for the melanin beauty, and we are here with episode 2 of Drinks and Discussions. And we're less one, but that's okay. We're going to keep it moving today. And of course, we got Miss Olivia Sade here, who was amped last time.
It wasn't me.
And we got Miss Jessica Rock Fame over here holding it down, and of course me. And before we get into everything, we're gonna this time around, because we was very excited. This time around, we're gonna try to make sure everybody gets their thoughts out first, and before we start to respond or rebuttal. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into our top talk. And the first top talk we're going to get into is because I believe that, you know, of course, October is about breast cancer, and we're always talking about breast cancer, but I do feel that we forget that this is also domestic violence awareness month.
We were just talking about that in the
Really?
car, actually, yeah.
Y'all were?
Yeah, on a separate note, yeah, a little personal note.
Oh,
yeah,
so
we
you can kind of relate to it. Can you relate to any type of really?
Not the physical, but the verbal, definitely.
I mean, it's all domestic violence. Do you care to share? You know, some ladies out there might need.
Yeah,
they might need.
Well, what I would say is, any emotional abuse that you're going through, and it makes you insecure yourself, and it's hurting you. Get out of it, because he's not going to change. Don't think that it's your fault, because it's not your fault. And when it comes to the physical, don't think that he's beating you because he loves you or you did something wrong. No, he has a problem, and he has to solve that. It has nothing to do with you. Get out of that, because it's so many times that females get killed over these things. Like, not too long ago, a girl got shot. Her boyfriend shot her. You know, and people were talking about it on Facebook last week. And I'm looking at the messages. Yeah, young girl. I think he was like in his 30s, and she was like 18, around that age. And he killed her. And he basically was talking about certain things on his page. And she was like, hey, he's beating me. You know, I need help. People laugh at her and stuff. Took it for a joke. A day later, she's dead, and everybody's sad, everybody mad. But she was reaching out for help, and nobody tried to help her. Right. So
that's crazy. I do think it is something that needs to be discussed, because I was looking at a situation where it was a young lady. I've seen the story come on my timeline a couple of times on Facebook about the young lady who ended up, I think she served in 10 years or 20 years because she ended up murdering her abuser. I think it was her, I don't know if it was her baby daddy, her husband, or something like that. And they're doing a petition right now. That's what's going around. It's a petition going around where everybody's trying to sign a petition to get her off, because it's already been on record that she was, a victim of domestic violence, and she was protecting herself. She shot and killed him, but if she hadn't shot and killed him, it would have been been her instead of him. So I do think that, like, not taking nothing away from, breast cancer, like, that's something serious too, but I do think that we should show equal amount of attention to domestic violence, because I think it's a lot of women who have experienced domestic violence or are dealing with it right now.
Well, more of a common unisex problem in domestic violence is verbal abuse. And I can tell you, words can break you down just as much as a fist or a slap can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's still domestic violence.
I know men, really good men in my life, that went from, the epitome of a man, got with the wrong female. She pretty much broke his whole character, his whole who he was, broke him down. And he's depressed now. He's back and forth in the hospital. He let his health go.
I'm so glad you bring that up, because I do believe that we don't look at the fact that men experience domestic violence too.
Yeah,
I don't think we talk about that enough. And I think we, I get it. It's the Me Too movement, and it's all about, women speaking out. But I think that we have to be honest with ourselves, women, to know that there are some women who put their hands on men, who speak, who are diminished, and who are verbally abusive to men.
Because every man ain't built like that.
Yeah.
There are some sensitive men out there.
And even besides that, it's kind of like, too, it's a catch-22, because even if he was built for that, like, it's nothing he really can do, because if he lash out, he looks like the bad person, and because you're the woman. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I understand, because I got sons, too, and I wouldn't want... I got sons, and I have a daughter. So I wouldn't want anybody treating my son or putting their hands on her. Because I've known, I went to high school, I knew a particular girl, like, she would always be fighting her boyfriend. But you just look at it like, you know, like, you don't even take nothing away from that. Like, oh, you know, she fighting her boyfriend. But you, now that you look back at it, like, she was abusive to him. You know? And, you know, and I'm going to tell you a story. I would see, other classmates would see her, you know, hit this dude, this, that, and the third. And I knew the guy, you know, knew of the guy in class, and he was very, you know, a very mild-mannered type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, you can never, like, you know, you'd be like, okay, he cool. Like, I never saw, like, a violent streak in him, but that doesn't mean anything either. But then it was like, you know, next thing you know, I hear that he, you know, was hitting her and doing this to her. And I'm like, well, how does that happen? Like, how, you know, he's so mild-mannered. But I was like, maybe that's something deep inside of him. But then when I start to see that she would be pounding, she would be beat. It's not funny. But when I see that she would literally be like, verbally, like, yelling at him, abusive, hitting him if he didn't do something she wanted. I was like, okay, so that man, like, look. Like, you ain't gonna keep hitting on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the answer either, guys. Like, you can't, you know, I would say just to keep yourself, all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Like, don't hit her. Like, if it get to the point where you feel like, I'm gonna hit her, like, I say just, that's when you gotta leave that whole situation alone. And you tell her, like, you need help. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in this relationship because it's not healthy. And it's going to have me liable to do something that I may regret. And I don't want to do. Absolutely. So I just wanted to say that and put that out there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next top talk. And the next top talk is very interesting because I've seen it several times on social media. I was just talking about this too a while ago, and it's black women in healthcare treatment. I don't know if y'all saw the whole video. Well, the first video I saw was like weeks ago, and it was about a lady, a doctor, and she was talking about how it was this older black lady who would come into the emergency room every time, and they would send this lady home because she would be claiming every time she coughed, she claimed she had a heart attack. She was having a heart attack. And, you know, they would dismiss her like, oh, she's, you know, she come in here all the time. I believe she was like, I don't know if she was homeless or just was from a low income environment, but they would just kind of dismiss her and like, oh, you know, whatever. And it eventually got to the point where this lady, when she was coughing, she'd be like, oh, I'm having a heart attack. And the doctor was like, you know what? She was like, I want to, you know, do a CAT scan on her. I want to check her out. And it was like, wow. Like, she come in here, like, every week saying the same thing. Like, she always claims something wrong with her. And she was like, well, if she's saying something wrong, why don't we ever check it? And because they was like, well, there's nothing wrong with her. And it was like, how do you know? Because we never check it. Like, I want to check it. So, you know, after going back and forth, she said with so many doctors, she eventually went and got the lady, checked it. And she was like, literally, when she would cough, she was having cardiac arrest. So when she was grabbing her chest and was like, oh, my chest, she really was
malfeasance.
And she said that opened her eyes to so many things when it came to women of color, black women in healthcare. And, you know, that's when another doctor spoke out about it, and it's starting to be more doctors that's speaking out about it, and that we as black women are mistreated when it comes to healthcare. They kind of like diminish what we say. They don't take it seriously when we say certain things. That they brought up the situation even with Serena about her being pregnant and her situation. And that's happened several times to a lot of women who have what is it called when they're pregnant, and I think they suffer from when their feet swelling and
preeclampsia.
Yeah, preeclampsia.
I had that severe.
Me too.
You had that
at the last, like when I was 8 months. I had her, like I found out I had severe preeclampsia when I started cramping up and went to the doctor. And I had her in the next couple of hours. I had to have a C-section.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's what happened to me.
It was
C-section
that
too.
fast.
Yep.
And they said that's a lot of black women suffer from that. But when they tell the doctor, they say a lot of times it's not something that can be seen unless they actually test you for it. So if they don't test you for it, then they don't know. So if you say like this is wrong, that is wrong, that is wrong, if they don't necessarily test you for that specific disease, then they're gonna look at it like, oh, you know, like you making that up. Which I can say from experience, I do feel like I get frustrated when I'm in the doctor's office because I do feel like they try to minimize the things that, you know, we say that is what is wrong with us.
Well, statistically speaking, dabbling in the healthcare business for a while, especially doing billing and coding, I did notice that there are certain codes that go with certain races. It's not, you know, not to take away from the man and woman thing, but as minorities itself, we have a lower life expectancy. Okay, so they limit what our health insurance actually can do for you in an emergency, literally. And you can Google it; it's there. It's public knowledge. You know what I mean? People of other, you know, race, like, you know, Black, Latino, all this, we get limited health care because, you know, we were fed the wrong food. You remember we got the pigs and shit. We made it into something. So, you know, we're talking way from back then. You know what I mean? So the way we grew up with Granny cooking and stuff, we dropping like. You know
basically,
what I mean?
you saying they look at us because of our background
like a
and
liability.
our health, like we gonna die anyway.
Like,
so what's the point of
like we're a liability?
But I also think that maybe they think that we all like drug addicts because you got some people who think that.
Well, unfortunately, the statistics goes against the people that are doing it right. Unfortunately, we do have a high number of abusers. Not to say that white people are not, because they go crazy on their own with their own stuff. Yeah. But all the way stemming back from the 70s into the 80s when crack was introduced, you know what I mean? Like, it just hit. We got set up as a black community for it. They put it there. Yeah. You feel me? And their plan worked, because look at us today. You know what I mean? We still got family members still, you know what I mean, on some back in the 80s shit. You know what I mean? Like, and unfortunately, it affects everything. It's a domino effect to everything that we have to live by the government because of our pre-existing. You know what I mean? But it's not necessarily. Yeah, it's not necessarily even pre-existing. It's like, to me, it sounds like it's like they're putting a label on us. Well, that's why I quoted it. It was sarcasm like a motherfucker, because y'all put it out there, all of us. Even the food that we get in these low-income neighborhoods are not as fresh. Look, the Save-A-Lot in West Ashley is cleaner, has better deals, literally cheaper food than the one on Rivers Avenue right here in the more urban neighborhood. That's a fact. I look both places. You feel me? That, so, like, you know what I mean? But we get the what it say? Chicken fingers, chicken neck, back, or whatever. Not to say they ain't good. I'm pretty sure somebody chicken feet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody granny can fuck that up. But like, I cannot. Like, why don't we get the center cuts? You know what I mean? Not even to talk about people, even our vegetables. You know, well, see, I'm going to tell you what typically happens with that when it comes to that. Like, we will have, like, certain stuff like that. Okay, let's say chicken feet. We'll have chicken feet. We'll eat chicken feet. Chicken feet will be good. And as soon as white people eat chicken feet, so we, and mind you, we could get chicken feet. Let's say we get a pound for, like, $1 and some change. But as soon as white people eat chicken feet, and they're like, ooh, chicken feet is good. That's what happened with lobster. Let's go buy up some chicken feet. Then next thing you know, chicken feet was $1. Now chicken feet $10. You like,
What happened?
But then again, that's what Olivia was talking about in the car all the way over here. Caucasians' birth rates are going down. Not for nothing. You give us this way of life to eat and this way to adapt to what you're giving us. We make it into something. You adopted our shit. You know what I mean? Now your birth rate going down and you procreate with us. Now we got a bunch of mulattoes. But it happens that way. Unfortunately, she said it, and it kind of fell right into what we were talking about right now. Unfortunately, this is all, we were kind of all set up for this crap. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't want to say it, but, like, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Like, but I would say this on this note, though, and I try to tell people, so for black women out there, if you feel like something is wrong with you, you feel sick, or whatever the case may be, definitely go to the doctor. But when you go to that doctor, don't wait for them to diagnose you. Don't wait for them to tell you what's wrong with you. You go there and you say, listen, these are my symptoms. This is possibly what could be wrong with me. Meaning research yourself. And I know some people are like, oh, you be going to med.com and figuring out.
You're going to die.
You're going to diagnosing yourself. But honestly, you have to do that now. Because if you don't go in there and you don't say, look, this is what's wrong. I looked at, don't even say you looked it up. This is what's wrong. And these are the things that could possibly be it. I need you to check this out.
That just happened to me on the 10th. I went to the hospital for this swollen finger right here. They said nothing's wrong with you. Sent me home with no medication. My finger's 2 times bigger today, this morning. And I went in there. All of a sudden, I got antibiotics. I got painkillers.
Yeah, you have
it's
to
because
tell them.
I looked it up and I caused the damn mess in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to tell them. Because if you don't tell them what your symptoms is and how you feel and everything, like, they'll come in there and be like, they'll tell you what's wrong.
Right, and they'll misdiagnose you too.
And misdiagnose you and don't care. And don't care.
But checking how an older lady next door, all she was having was a few like, she had gas, basically, what they were trying to tell her. But because she had full insurance and she was the golden child of the moment, she had the golden ticket, they want to do blood. They wanted her to pee in a cup. I did nothing. You know what the lady said to me as we were going toward triage? Do you know how much you weigh? Can you approximate your height? Okay.
So she ain't even checked.
I could have been like 250 pounds. Bitch, I'm 6'2". And she would have wrote it down. Like, I was like, oh my God, this lady was getting juice. I want juice. Why this lady, I get no juice.
Yeah.
Like, and all because they want to run all these tests because they know they can build that. The pharmaceuticals, doctors, hospitals,
that's
they all
money.
run that.
Yeah. That's very
right.
true.
It's big money.
Well, we're going to get into our last topic, which I'm pretty sure Miss Olivia has been ready to get into this topic, y'all. She been ready for. You ready? Are you ready? You ready?
I'm gonna throw it from left field.
We're gonna let Miss Olivia talk first. So of course we're gonna get into Kanye meeting up with Trump. And if y'all didn't see it, it happened on Thursday. It was supposed to actually be a lunch, but you know, it became a photo op or a press op for I guess the White House. And he was there with Jim Brown, and then of course if you see the footage you will see everything he spoke about. So we're gonna go to Miss Olivia first, and we're gonna let her express how she feels on this subject. Let's go, girl. Let's go. Just to get ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things. It's a lot of things going around about Kanye West and the press. You know, I heard many people got upset because, you know, he said the hat gave him superpowers, and they're upset by that. But really, your hair gives you superpowers. When you go out and you dressing nice and you feeling right, that's superpowers. You know, and whatever you claim it to give you, it gives you. When he was talking about oneness and love for all, he was basically, what I got from it is the 5th dimension. And the 5th dimension is oneness, peace, harmony, love. That's it. You know, so I feel like his conscious state is in the 5th dimension. Another thing is when he was talking about prison, how the prison is run. You know, it's the modern day slavery. He wants that to be cut out. People are getting over sentenced. They're getting overcharged for phone calls. They're getting sent They paying, working these jobs in a jail cell and barely making sense. And the stuff that they're making is selling for hundreds of dollars. Now, when they get out of jail, they can't get these jobs. They can't work at these jobs, but they got the training, So he wants them to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people getting over sentence. Another thing that he said was, okay, when he said about Trump, Trump, you the greatest, and this and that, you the president. I'm reading up on the 48 Laws of Power, and number one, it's by Robert Greene, and number one, I will read it, but number one rule is never outshine the master. Make master feel superior, but don't overdo it. You will gain power while making them appear greater.
I've been read the 48 Laws of Power.
So
that was back in my college days.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to say.
Well, I'm just getting up on it because in my college days, I wasn't conscious. I only was aware for 2 years now. So aware. It's a conscious. It's a state of mind. It's different stages. But yeah. So I feel like he's putting that in play. Another thing he touched up on is school curriculum. The curriculum is bullshit. That's why the homeschool rate is going up higher every year. And for that reason is because the curriculum sucks. They know it's bullshit. You supposed to be teaching your kids. That's another thing. But we don't have the time to because they set it up for us to work 8 hours a day. And we don't have we don't have the time to teach our children what they need to learn because we have to go to work. So they have to go to school. Now, Montessori, when he brought that up, that is great. I'm trying to get my daughter in there as well in Montessori. She's number one on the waiting list for like a year now. But we're trying to get in Montessori. Montessori is like basically like the number one school here. I think they got one in Mount Pleasant and one on Rivers or somewhere over there. But it's great because the kids are basically learning from each other. The teacher is there to watch them and help them a little, but it's basically independent, and that's what a child needs. So Montessori is good.
My brother went to a Montessori.
Yeah, Montessori is good. So that's just how I feel about it. Like he talk about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And curriculum, that's major. Also bringing jobs to America. We got so many things made from China down here. We spending our money with them. Like, I feel like, hey, everything need to be in America. That's how I feel.
Okay, now you gotta give her her moment to talk. Go ahead, Jessica.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. First of all, I'm just gonna come from a different view because I know Olivia is an extremist on one side, Harmony was an extremist on the other side.
I'm not an extremist on either side. But I'll get to my side. You
that
go ahead.
Post has said something different.
What post?
Her post.
Oh.
Y'all were definitely on one side of the spectrum, which was fine.
But you know what? I will explain where I was coming from, but I was an extremist. The point is, I can't write post after post and go in depth with what I say because it becomes too much. But ahead.
I didn't care too much about Kanye. I don't either. I see him for a musical person that I liked and loved, and that's where I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna hold him to that box because if he's if he's physically progressing our people and our communities, then I really don't want to hear what you got to say because you talk a lot, but you're not doing nothing. So I'm gonna keep you where you were, where I loved you, where I'm gonna hold you dear, and that's about it. What I didn't like was how Trump used Kanye West as a little puppeteer for votes. And for recognition and numbers. That was all TV to me. It was all set up. It was propaganda. Not just that. There was a damn national crisis happening while your little luncheon was happening. Okay? You needed to be to work. Yes, you needed to be to work. You really didn't have time for this. You feel me? You could have had that meeting with Kanye quietly. It did not have to be public.
To your statement, it was supposed to be quiet. It never was supposed to be a spectacle.
I ain't trying to hear that because there were too many people.
No. What I'm saying to you is you're correct. Like it started off like supposing to be a lunch, and then of course they said he started to tell the press to come inside. So I'm just giving you a credit.
Which he?
Trump.
See?
So I'm giving you the credit of what you're saying.
I didn't like that. If Kanye really had something to tell that man, and it was serious, Trump should have took him seriously and had that meeting privately. He laughed at that man in his face.
He did.
When he was trying to talk seriously. Whether everybody understood what the hell Kanye was saying or not, no matter what you picked out of it, that man came to you as representation, you feel me, for the greater mass of people out there on his back right now, you feel me? Because people do look at Kanye as a public figure, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, the way he been messing up lately, people don't really ride with him, but you know what I mean? Either way, people still respected that the fact that he got to go, you know what I mean? Kim Kardashian, she went to go see the president in it.
Yeah, she did, and it was
that shit was not publicized. They took pictures.
Yeah, that was.
But that meeting was private. They used Kanye, and I think Kanye should have been talking to a different person to actually get some sense made out of what he was saying. They made him look like a fucking fool. Okay?
And they called him a dumb Negro.
They violated him and called him a dumb Negro. That's what I don't like. That's my side on it in the first place. And
let her finish. Go
Kanye
ahead.
didn't really give that much solutions to his problems. These are problems that we already know about. Of course, you know, you're shedding a light on it again. Thank you. But we already knew about this stuff. You didn't come with no solutions. You feel me? You're supposed to be such a person that's all in tune with everything that's happening around you. You know what I mean? But don't claim that if you're not going to come with no facts to back it up. Because if you come to me with a problem, now we both know about the problem. That's it. Nothing is happening. You feel me? As far as the homeschooling, I like that. That shit was dope. I like that. That's true. Because honestly, we don't have time. And that's how, unfortunately, the closeness of family gets divided a lot. Especially within our community, you know what I mean. We're always very separate.
Jaden Pinkett was the first person to bring that to light. To be honest with you,
Did you see that? I didn't see him. Like I know about homeschool because the majority of my
friends. We talking about Jada bringing it to light. Kanye wasn't the first person to make.
He definitely was.
Jada bring it.
He doesn't have to be the first person.
But let me say what I got to say, and I'm gonna break it down like this. For one, I don't care about Kanye West. However, here's my thing. I don't care about how he feels. I am a person who believes that black people are not monolithic. And you can like whoever you want to like, and you can be whoever you want to be. However, what I have a problem with is, do not claim to be a free thinker. Do not claim to be this in-depth person that you're saying you are when you are misleading our people. If you're going to give information and facts, give it honestly. Here's the saying as it goes. Half of a truth is a whole lie. So you can't give partial facts and don't get the rest of the facts. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to say why I say this. I say this because everything he said has already been said. The whole prison reform, he did not bring that to light. They were already trying to do that, pastors and stuff, when Obama was in the seat.
And they were letting people
But they couldn't, but they was not allowing Obama to do those things because Congress was putting a immediate stop on that because why? We did not vote to have his party in the Congress so that he could pass things through. Right. We voted for him, but we didn't go to the midterm election like what's coming up now. We did not vote for those other people to get in the seat. So when it was things that he wanted to pass through, they wasn't passed through. Prison reform already been discussed. He ain't bringing up nothing new that we never talked about. The 13th Amendment, that's a documentary that Ava DuVernay put out last year that everybody was talking about. My thing is, black people been saying this for years, and ain't nobody open their ears. But as soon as Kanye opened his mouth and say it, now it's gospel. But why wasn't y'all that in tune and in listening to when people were saying that before? Here's the other problem that I have. If you claim to be somebody of a free thinker, free thinkers allow people to think freely. They don't force their thoughts and their views on people. They don't make people feel like if I don't follow you or if I don't think the way you do, then I'm less than, I'm not deep, I'm not spiritual. I don't get what you get. No, people don't do that. So to make me feel like because I don't praise and lift up this president and put him up on a status where he's supposed to look fresh and I'm supposed to, no. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I'm supposed to do is allow you to be yourself and allow you, if you want to praise and put Trump on a pedestal, that's your right. But now don't come tell me what I need to do. I do what I do is right. I don't want to support Trump in that manner because that don't sit right with my soul. You do what you do for your soul. If that's what God came to you at night and told you to do, then follow that. Don't tell me that that's what I need to follow you, because I'm following what he told me to do. And if he told me that ain't the way and that ain't what to do, then that ain't what to do. And another thing is, it's plenty of people who doing stuff around here. You got Jay-Z already talking about the Alphabet Boys looking for him, because you can roll your eyes all you want to, but I ain't never seen Kanye shed no light on that little boy.
Yep.
Kanye ain't do no documentary shedding no light on that boy who got killed in that prison because he was in there falsely for one and nobody got him out. I ain't never seen Kanye do nothing like that. What I see Kanye do is talk. What I see Kanye do is talk before he actually thinks things through. What I see Kanye do is when somebody confront him about certain things.
Listen.
When people confront him about certain things, I see Kanye backpedal.
Yeah,
like
fast.
he backpedal about the whole amendment thing when somebody confronted him and said, that's not correct, sir.
Right.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. And my whole point is that's misleading. Because if you don't have all the facts, and if you're not going to feed the people the facts and the truth, then you need to sit down. You need to think your process through. You need to get your stuff together first before you start regurgitating something, before you know what you're regurgitating.
Right.
Like, know what you're talking about. I was with Kanye at first. When he first came out with that slavery was a choice. I wasn't with him because I agreed with anything he said. I was with him because I was like, you know what? We as black people need to accept the fact that we all ain't gonna think the same. And we need to allow people to be themselves and think freely and do things as they choose to, because we don't know what conversation they having with the higher being and what their purpose is and what they're supposed to do. So why would I stop your thinking in the way you think? So I was with him with that. But then he turned around and started backpedaling everything he said when that one black guy Van confronted him. When T.I. confronted him. When these people confronted him and was talking to him, then he backpedaling. Oh, I'm sorry for wearing the hat. Oh, I'm sorry I said this. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so you backpedaling. All right. But then here it is, 2-3 months later, you back. Hey, I'm wearing the hat again, and they stopped me from wearing the hat, which was a lie, because ain't nobody stopped him from wearing the hat, which then brings another concern. So now you saying things and you doing things to put on the show. You doing things to get to try to gain attention, because you know people listen more if you make it seem like people against what you saying than if people was like, hey, he can think what he want to think. See, if everybody sat around here and he really told the truth and was like, nobody ain't against what Kanye's saying. That's him. That's Kanye. He can think what he want to think. I don't agree. But if that's what he want to think, then it wouldn't be an uproar.
Yeah, he can't.
But if he but if he walk around and make it seem like somebody's stopping me from saying this, then he can make this whole scene and make it be about, oh, I'm saying this because somebody's stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me from saying nothing.
Not for nothing, Wyclef John went back to his country, complained about the government and the reforms. That man built cities, pipelines, changed their whole water system. All right, electricity, all of that. Akon went back home and changed some shit, used his celebrity and his money and built cities and upgraded, okay, their way of living and their government. What did Kanye do yet? He just talked. That's what I don't like. That's the one side I cannot say. He just talking. He not using his money, his power, his celebrity for nothing. What black reforms is he helping?
But does he have to?
You gotta put your money where your mouth is.
But does he have to?
Let me answer.
You want to be the leader of the pack.
No,
you ain't leading us
nowhere.
nowhere.
He
Who
don't.
said he tried to be
And
a leader?
and I'ma
He never
answer-
said he tried to be a
And
leader
I'm
of the
gonna answer
pack.
you. And I'm gonna answer you. Does he have to? He don't. Don't no celebrity have to use their platform to help nobody. So stop acting like that's what you trying to do.
Exactly.
If you want to be self-serving, serve yourself, make music, and do what you do
because
best.
Olivia, I'm gonna tell you right now, the neighborhoods that Kanye is trying to build, you're not welcome in. I guarantee you that.
And
We
that's fine. I
are
ain't
not
going there.
welcome there.
Sure, I ain't doing my own thing. I ain't
Exactly.
worried.
He ain't working for you.
I'm
though.
not, and that doesn't matter
He
to me
ain't
because
working
he's
for
not
you.
my savior.
He
Like
ain't working for you, so I don't
he doesn't
understand.
have to work
That's
for
why.
me.
That's why I just don't understand.
I'm
how
on a.
you
I
can-
see things differently on a different scale that y'all not.
But see, and
comprehending.
and let me
So
tell you,
it's
that's
fine.
and
Like,
that's
I'm not about to debate it.
and that's the meaning within itself.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you why that's the meaning. Because you feel like you see something different. That's like me sitting here saying to you, "Oh, well, you don't understand what I'm saying
It's all
because
perception.
you're not agreeing with me." And then for me to say, "Oh, because I'm on another level." Another levels, to me, I don't think that way. I think we all have perspective and we all bring something to the table. Because you don't agree with me or you don't see something that I see, I don't feel like you any more deeper or any less deeper or any less
That's the
intuitive.
reason why
See,
I
that's the
Even
thing
more
that that's the
intuitive.
thing
That's
that
why I
get me
didn't like what
because
Trump
no
did to
no
him.
that's the
That's why I
thing
didn't like
that
what
I'm
Trump
getting
did to
to
him.
because I get what y'all saying. I see where y'all at.
And we get what you're saying.
All right, there. So there's no issue. But the thing I have a problem with this. It's a deeper. If you're deeper than that, I'm a deeper person within myself. It's not I'm deeper than you or deeper this person.
But see,
I'm
let
more
me tell
aware. You know,
But
people
let me
get
tell
it.
you the But let
people
me
get
tell
it
you the
mixed
difference
up.
about me.
Like I'm being.
I don't do
it's
labels.
about
I don't do labels.
But everything
so I
is
don't
a label.
have to. No, I don't do labels.
Everything is a label.
Everything
Your name is a label.
Everything. Let me explain.
You see what I'm
Everything is a
saying?
label.
You gotta put that.
Everything is a label, but I don't define myself with labels, and that's what I mean when I say I don't do labels. I don't have to tell nobody I'm deeper. I don't have to tell nobody I'm conscious.
Nope.
I don't have to tell nobody I woke. I exist in being who I am.
And I never
and
done
I
that,
don't
so.
I don't define myself in no type of way. I don't look at nobody in no type of way. I look at a situation as though I don't know anything because that's what gets you closer to being your purest self.
But this the thing.
Because you act. But hold up, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you come in a situation with the open-mindedness to gain knowledge in what people are saying. You don't attach yourself to things because, like I wrote on my post, one thing that is constant and consistent in the world is change. How I look and perceive something today may not be how I perceive it tomorrow because I don't know the lessons and things put forth on me. So, a free thinker is somebody who does not hold on to ideologies. A free thinker is somebody who takes in information and they use what they need and they let go what they don't.
Yes.
And then they transcend because when I don't need that any longer and I don't need those
serve me no
things,
more.
then you move on.
Right.
Another thing a free thinker don't do is they don't need validation from anybody. They don't need nobody to look at them to say, "Oh, well, you're right," or "Oh, you're this," or "Oh, you that." It's your thoughts. It's how you feel. You take it how you feel. If you disagree, that's fine.
It's no
We're
thing.
supposed to think different.
Right. It's no thing. It's right or wrong. It's all degrees. It's everything is perception. But what I come across is people always like to say, "Oh, you're too deep. You can't do this," or "You're so aware." I'm the type of person.
But
I don't
you
even
need to
bring.
hang with
No.
smarter people.
But I hang by myself.
But maybe that's the
And
problem.
the people, no, that's not the problem. I hang by myself because the people that I talk to are in different states, all over. That's the people I talk
But
to
see,
on the phone.
you
You see what I'm saying? Because they get me. When I'm down here, everybody like to bring, "Oh, the conscious. Oh, you're spiritual." Listen, besides
have you
that,
ever said that to her?
No.
I've never said that
I
to
said
you.
you fly, all this other stuff.
I've
so
never-
we
I've
then
never-
we then had a video and we say this is our militant sister. I know you with the sage and stuff. Don't.
So you're taking. Hold up. Wait, let me
what I'm saying
clarify
is,
something.
I'm not.
So you're taking something that I said in jest.
No.
Because
What
I was playing.
No,
with you.
see what I'm saying
plenty
is,
people call me militant. They say I'm loud. They say I'm Tammy.
Well, I just say I'm loud and stuff. But when I say when it
comes, I done been called Tammy off of.
When it comes to the woke thing, a lot of people like to joke about it, and it's nothing to play about. Everybody is woke. It's no such thing as everybody sleep. Everybody is aware. No. When I say woke,
I don't know much.
No. You talk about You know about the Russians. Come on now. I'm just saying you're aware of something. You're aware about. That's what it means.
Because I didn't consider myself. I don't think I know that much about that.
People take it and make it so big. It's a spiritual journey for you.
But
for
Olivia,
me, so nobody can tell me my elevation.
Nobody can, and listen
it's
to
for
me.
But listen when people ask me who am I am me.
But
I'm
you
just
can't.
Me.
And listen, Olivia,
I'm just
the
me.
same way you can't. You saying nobody can determine that. You can't do that to other people.
No, I don't.
So let me finish. When you
sit
here and say that because I joked with you and said that you were militant. And I was joking because people don't call me militant, but you take that as gospel and you took that and felt some type of way about it. Say, oh, you said that I was militant. Okay. And I said my friend over here act bougie. And I said this because that's all in jest. But if you're going to take that to say that I'm trying to define you some way, I've never sat here on a serious conversation that we had one-on-one and was like, you act so woke. You act so deep. Because I don't label people to that extent to define them and put them in a cup. And put them in a category.
When it comes to me.
Hold on, I'm not finished.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
don't take things and I don't put people in categories. I allow people to be their multidimensional self. You know what I'm saying? I allow people to serve and be many things. Because we're not just one type of thing. That's the whole point. And that's why I distance myself from those words to say that I don't like people saying woke only because don't categorize me. I'm whatever I want to be. I'm whatever I need to be when I need to be that. And I'm also open enough to accept what people are saying and hearing what people are saying, as well as I'm able to let go of the things I don't need. To an extent, I think you detach yourself from people because you judge people in thinking that when somebody's sitting down talking to you, they feel like, let me finish.
No,
they feel like you're so conscious and you so this and you so that. I've never looked at you that way. I've never said that about you. I've never heard Jessica in no way say that or speak that way about you. And if somebody said it, I never saw them saying it in the way that it was negative or it went against any of your values or whatever you represent.
Well, I'm not saying negative.
So when you say that, you're casting judgment on other people to feel like they're not going to understand or get something you say. Like, nobody don't have. Why? Because they don't agree with you?
No. You don't have to agree.
Okay.
But when I talk to people, and I'm like, okay, I get where you coming from. It's never, I get what you come from. It's always, you're wrong. You're too elevated. You think you all this. You think you all that. Where are you getting this from?
But here's the thing.
To know me.
But here's the thing.
A lot of people don't know me,
So you feel like if somebody just sat here and said to you, I get you. So if I said, I get you, Olivia, but I still disagree with what Kanye says, that makes you feel better that they're accepting.
No. That's fine. But like I say, I know energy and I know vibes very well.
That's why
I know energy and I know vibes. But I match very
your
well.
Shit. I match your shit. Not
very
gonna lie,
well.
We talk well. Even after I commented on her post too.
Yeah.
We've been in the car chopping it up like crazy because she know I respect her.
Mm-hmm.
I get where she's coming
it's all about
she interprets life differently, and that's cool.
And listen,
but she also know that we don't agree. She knew I've been coming for her neck for Kanye.
But here's the point: all three of us interpret things differently.
We do though.
When we sat down here and spoke about the Kanye situation, we spoke on three different things. Mm-hmm. That don't make that don't put you in a position where you're outcast or me or her. That just means that we're able to sit in a position where we can articulate and express ourselves and respect it and express it differently.
But see, that's part of my healing process right there. of feeling as an outcast, because I was an outcast.
Thank you.
For a majority of my life. And I need the people the people who know me.
I'm the opposite.
The people who truly know me knows this and knows this is a ongoing issue. I'm evolving it still.
Let me tell you why I'm about to give her a hug and why I appreciate this. Because that's the only point that I was trying to get to say. I was trying to get to say that you sit in a position so much where you felt like you had to defend who you are for so many people so much that to the point where whenever you meet somebody and somebody is saying something that differs from your thoughts and your views, you immediately feel like, okay, you one of those people who don't understand me and you're going to push away from me and you're not going to try to get what I'm saying. And that's not the case. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this, because you can ask my husband when we were going and talking, when I was writing you and you kept writing me back, I said this immediately. I said, Olivia reminds me of when I was 22 and I had read my Malcolm X biography book and I got into my so deep, so woke black movement, and I would read Eldridge Cleaver and all of these people, and I was so engulfed that, people would say certain things, and it got to the point that I would be on the defense. That anytime somebody challenged what I thought or challenged what I felt, I immediately felt like, oh, you trying to you don't understand, and you trying to I gotta be on the defense because you trying to come at me some type of way. But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily what everybody doing. If somebody ain't literally opening their mouth to say, hey, you don't know what you talking about, you dumb. You know what I'm saying? Then that's not the case. And then eventually after that, you're going to even evolve even more. Even when people say stuff like that, it ain't going to faze you. For instance, when we was on your post and that guy told me that I lack intelligence, I need to stay in my lane, and I wasn't, I didn't know what I talked about, and I need to pray because I didn't agree with him or Olivia. I was offended at first, but then this is when I mean I elevated. I elevated because I could have came back with paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs to prove what I was. I could have been on my Kanye rant. But I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. So if you think I lack, if you think I don't know, I'm good with that too. It's all good because I ain't got nothing to prove. And that's a way you will get to the point where you ain't going to be offended. And you're not going to be defensive. And you ain't going to feel like you got to prove nothing to nobody.
That's what I do. I do the opposite.
Yeah, but see, my thing is being the person that I am is I really, literally want people to see where I'm coming from because...
Yeah,
I'm telling you. No, because... But I always been that way because I want to help people get it, and some people just won't get it. It's not their time to digest it, whatever. Because I've been there before, and it's fine.
It's not my problem.
It's fine. But
I'm
I know
32. I done been
no, it's not. It's not my problem. But you know the type of person that I am. That's just how I am.
Right
and I don't know if I go ever get out there because that's how much I care.
That's where you at.
That's how much I care. No.
At one point,
but you still could care and be like, you know what? They're not gonna get it.
But you gonna come in on your own time. You match my fly, baby.
They gonna get it eventually.
You match my fly.
And let me tell you this.
I can't help it.
Let me tell you this last thing, Olivia, and that's why I kept saying you remind me of me because I used to think the same way you think, but you will evolve and you're not gonna feel like that anymore. And it's not that you're not gonna care. What you're gonna start realizing is your message and where you going has nothing to do with you trying to tell everybody else. Everybody else gonna get it when you start to walk in it yourself and you just start to exist and be that.
What I say about your ex?
I am.
What I say about your ex?
Oh yeah,
no,
what I say about your ex?
You're being you,
that.
but you feel the need to have to try to give this message to everybody because I want to
I'm just trying to plant seeds.
Exactly. But here's what I'm saying. You think that's the only way to plant seeds, and all I'm telling you, sis, is that ain't the only way. When I said what I said to that man on your comment, I said, if that's what you feel, brother, that's fine with me. He came back and said, I really didn't disagree with what you were saying. I agreed with what you said. Maybe next time I should read more before I talk. Did I have to throw and push something and plant seeds? I planted a seed. You know what that seed was? It's called you walking in, you be an example. I don't have to tell you shit. I'm going to be that. Yep. And when you see that shit, that's planting the seed. Because you're going to see me and you're going to be like, that bitch is on another vibration. And I like the energy that bitch send off. What? And I say this last thing. What is understood don't need to be said.
Right, but see, that's the thing. I'm by myself. I am solo though. I'm in the house all the time.
Look at Jessica like, who the hell?
No, I'm in the house all the time.
I am a black girl.
I'm evolving.
Living in Charleston, South Carolina, talk like this, and I'm low-key white girl.
But what I'm saying, I don't go out.
Man. Listen,
I am evolving. So everything I'm dealing with, I'm learning my own.
So am I. So
everything.
Am I.
But see, you got your sis over
and
there.
No. And when I venture out and when I talk to people, it's hard because a lot of people don't get it, and then maybe it's not their time to get it, but I don't give a damn.
But
I may push the issue just to get them to think.
But listen,
even if they think, oh,
I don't know
she's crazy,
I
don't give a damn. I'm getting you to think for yourself. Plant that seed in your mind.
I don't know what to call us.
Off you go.
I don't know what to call us regular folk. You feel me?
I'm not.
You're not a regular.
Listen,
You're not a
regular. I live today. I don't do all of that extra
We're spiritual
wording.
beings
That's
having a human experience.
I'm just regular girl. I'm just regular black girl. But even as a regular person, listen, even going out to talk to friends,
you're not regular
new people. It's still the same energy. You said that people don't understand. People don't understand me either because they be like, "What are you into?" Oh, Limp Bizkit, My Chemical Romance. I like Aretha Franklin. I like a little bit of jazz. Do you know? Blue
But that's funny though. When I used to go out, they used to know what I be on.
And a lot of these black girls,
I just don't get out.
They just don't understand me, and a lot of people just don't understand.
Okay. So, we're about to get into our little last segment, and I called this segment, I didn't introduce it last time, I'm going to introduce it. This time it's called Relationship Goals, and we're going to talk about the different things that kind of happened that's relationship, associated with relationships. Okay. So, I saw this, I got it right here, I saw this photo that was up on Facebook. And it was with this young lady. And the young lady had a wedding. Well, she planned for this wedding. Well, I'm going to read it really quick what she said. She said this. She said, this was supposed to be me and my ex-fiance. It's a picture of her and her fiance. But he never showed up to our wedding on Monday, and we never went to Greece. I didn't get insurance for our trip, and I lost over $3,000. Not including all the vendors I paid out of pocket myself. He paid for nothing. People showed up and flew from everywhere and went back home after the venue turned them around. I found out he never paid the venue. I was at the hotel getting ready with my girls when this went down. 10 years gone in 10 minutes. I purchased a dress for $3,000. Paid the DJ $2.4,000. Photographer $4,000 and other small purchases totaling $2,000. He spent $300 for my hair and nails and $500 for the venue deposit, which he told me he paid, but was a lie. He never paid it. We even had a bridal shower. I'm in dream reality now. That is crazy. Now, the crazy thing is people was in the comments was like, basically saying like, sis, like, you kind of brought that on yourself because why in the hell are you paying for your entire wedding and he's not paying for anything?
She wasn't even supposed to pay for the wedding. Where her family? Where his family?
That's
how it's supposed to go, right?
It's supposed to be the daughter's family.
It's supposed to be the daughter's family who pays for the wedding, and I believe the groom's family is supposed to pay for like the reception. I think, or something like that.
Shoot, which one is cheaper? Because I think the wedding be expensive.
I'm saying I think the bride family pays for like the wedding dress, where to have the wedding at, stuff like that. I think that's how it goes.
Oh my goodness.
And the groom, I don't know, it goes something
It's
like
supposed
that.
to be split either way.
But she paid it all.
She paid it all.
He paid for
Girl,
her hair.
He paid for her nails and her hair.
And everything. Oh,
Now, to me,
everything.
To me, I wouldn't say she's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Because
she
I
don't.
don't know the situation in totality. But I will say that there were red flags that, you know, maybe she just didn't want to see. Because if I'm sitting here like, if I don't pay $3,000, I'm like, yo, do you want this wedding or not? Because I don't pay $3,000 for this.
Yep.
For this DJ, for this dress.
Listen,
What you paying?
I'm gonna take him to court. Or something.
First of all, if you didn't have the money to pay, we just could get married at the court.
At the court, yeah.
And it's cheaper to go overseas, right? To like Bahamas or something to get
Yeah,
married.
it might be.
We could have do something like that, or we could have waited until our money together build up, and we could have do something together. But no, it's not that serious.
I don't like that whole idea anyway.
The wedding
Of a
is
big-
not that serious.
Of a big spectacle of a ceremony. Like, it's like, this is about me and you. We don't need to prove to anybody else we were damn married.
But you see,
unless you want that,
many
like, I just
people-
don't think it's worth it.
But many girls, as a child, you know, they play and they think about getting married and think about that beautiful dress.
I did not.
Just look at baby. No, but look,
I
society
did.
too. Look at baby showers now. It's like
Wait.
you don't have a baby shower first. You have a gender reveal,
I ain't had that
then a
either.
baby shower.
Because
you know
I had a
that-
baby
and
shower.
But see, we wasn't
No.
there.
Yeah,
like
my
that just now, couple of years pop up.
Yeah,
you know what
it
I'm
was.
saying?
That's
It wasn't like
necessarily
8 years or 7 years ago. It just
not
now.
too much,
And
yeah.
it's fine if you have the money to pay for it. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
if she
you
want
know?
to. I just
But no,
feel like
I'm not about
I
to
just
do that.
feel like she
That's too much.
she asked out because I don't even think he was on the contract or anything, and that's so
Listen.
sad.
But
I
if
feel-
she
I feel so
if
bad
she
for her.
wanted to do all that and spend all that money on the wedding, bump that. We could have get married at the courthouse. We could take that and go overseas in
and
another
it might have
country.
saved her because when he didn't show up to the courthouse, she would have known.
Hold
we
on,
about to
he
get married.
didn't show.
No, he didn't pay. No, not only did he not show, he didn't. He didn't pay for the venue either, where they were supposed to actually.
See that?
So she was getting dressed, and she found this out right before.
Something gotta be wrong with her. Ain't no way you
See,
didn't
no.
know.
Yeah, something right with her because if something was wrong with her, she would kill him. Cause I ain't gonna lie, he was dying. Cause like you don't do that. That's $3,000.
I was like, oh, that nigga was
No,
gonna be dead.
seriously.
But how you not double and triple check on the venue though? That's why I was like, some gotta be. She must have been delusional.
So she didn't find him. Like what the?
Listen, he
Who
looked like
does
somebody
that?
that got the new
A guy
Jordans
don't
from
get
her.
cold feet. It's sometimes
She
be the
bought
what
his 2K
runaway
games.
bride. You
Like
know
that's
like,
what it seemed like. He seemed like one of them bum niggas that she just paid to be around. Like he got all.
But
the
they was
Jordans.
together for 10 years.
Listen,
they
I
was-
was together
no,
for 10 years,
no.
and I am not married.
No, but still.
at all because I knew better. Like,
But listen, you say you knew better, but you stayed with it for 10 years.
that's it.
You
though.
see what I'm saying?
No
She probably
contractual
believed
agreements. No contractual.
Well, we
agreements.
gonna move on to the next story.
That's
So
sad.
here's the next story. So I'll read the next relationship goals story. Okay, so it says my husband cheated while I was pregnant. We divorced. He married his side chick, and now I'm having an affair with him. So do y'all get that?
I got it.
What's your thoughts
What you
about
got,
the
Jazz?
situation?
What you got, Jazz?
What's your thoughts about the
This
situation?
is why at my age I stay single.
What?
I cannot with that. What the fuck is that? Are you kidding me? You lost your title as the wife, became the divorcee,
But she lost it
and
'cause she
chose
left him,
to
so she
be
would've still
the
had
side chick. You chose to be the side chick. What wrong?
Well, you know what it
with
sounds
No, no.
like? It sounds like Amina, that whole Amina situation. Like, for one, like I always call Amina, from Love and Hip Hop New York.
Peter,
They be like the wife, and I don't call her the wife. I be like the side wife.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't care how much she ran to go get that ring on her
No.
finger, bitch. You still the side chick, and
Right.
that's why he treats you like
But
that.
Amina was one too because
You mean Tara?
No.
Tara.
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 She's talking about
No,
yeah.
Her too, because he was with somebody.
Oh, but Tara was with all the side chicks from the beginning. Mind you, she the lead baby mama.
Yeah,
remember that.
Tara is she done been with Peter for a long.
Right, that's the alpha
time.
baby mama. But she done been
with
all the side chicks.
But I heard she took her from somebody he was talking to, right?
The one before he has no custody of them. That's the reason why I said she the alpha baby mom. From her kids down is
it's no such alpha because they all get cheated on. That man is the alpha. Matter. They the beta.
Remember what Stevie said? Stevie said this is my bus. You gotta get on the bus.
No. Like that's how I look at it. All right, she's hurt. Obviously, that's why she divorced him. She thought he would cry, he'd be hurt, he wouldn't go to her, he'd probably cry behind her. No, he went to marry the side chick. Now she said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna get the side chick back." Well, that's how I think. Well, even if not the case, she divorced him. He with the side chick. Now she going back to him to make the side chick mad.
I don't think
hurt the side chick.
I think what happened was she was hurt, like you said.
Uh-huh.
She was like, I don't want shit to do with you because she pregnant and she emotional.
Oh, she pregnant?
Yeah, she was pregnant while he cheated.
Okay.
So she left. And I could believe that while they divorced and everything, he still was coming around. He still was rubbing on the booty.
Yeah.
He still was spending the night.
Just like he was doing when he was married.
And then he turned around and got married. And she probably was like, you married that bitch? And he was like, yeah. Oh, so you must be into that bitch. You still be right here laying.
But who's winning?
Nobody.
He winning.
She's talking about he is.
He got pussy. Like he got all that. Like they have to come to the conclusion that he is winning. It's not stop beefing with each other.
Or could it be that she happy with the setup? She might be like, I don't want you, and when I'm tired of your ass, I can see your ass.
No. You got females like that, and she can be like that. She be like, you know what? I'm done being hurt. I'm done being cheated on. So I'm going to be the one you cheat on her on, and I'm okay with that. Because I'm not hurt, because I'm over you. I just want the Peter.
Yeah. And I don't want to sleep with nobody else.
But you know what? That's the thing. They could have done polygamy. They could have all been together and bring that money in one income.
That pride thing.
And it's a pride thing. But
if she being petty like this, she wasn't going to do that.
But if she let it, because I'm pretty sure the side chick would let it go. If she let it go, man, they could have made business, all kind of be booming. Polygamy,
you know what's weird? On a side note, I have been in a situation where none of us is dating, but I talked to him, and she talked to him, and when he not around, we had talked to each other. But if we were in the same room, it was static eyes.
Oh.
But if it was one by one, it was love.
It was love. Well, that's a lot of people's relationship. Now you see that meaning.
Oh no, there was no relationship. We were not in a relationship. None
of us
was in a relationship. We were in a situationship. I mean, the situations I would call
it's relations.
Yeah.
Well, we about to get into this last segment, and of course, you know, our last segment is our WCW, our MCM, to end it on a higher note. Does anybody got a WCW today or MCM?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, my WCW is Alicia Renee Valdez. That is my daughter.
All right.
She is 9 years old, and she's coming into her own. And today she went through a situation. Thank you. So today she went through a situation where I guess one of her friends was playing with her real hard body, and then another friend came around and they deaded her. Like, they completely left her in the dust. I'm like, we don't want to play with you, this, that, and the third, right? And Alicia overcame that today. She didn't cry.
Okay.
She was very brave.
She put on her big girl pants.
She flipped her doggone head.
All right.
Went in her room, made herself a damn snack, and chilled the fuck out. I was like, are you okay? She said, I'm fine. I was like, but you know Emma's outside. She said, I don't care. If they want to play with me, they find me. They knock on my door. I was like, oh.
Yes.
Okay, grown woman. Because I would have been hurt. As a 32-year-old, I'm like, I don't care. Stupid Harmony. I don't care.
Good.
I would have been mad. But yeah, just because because I would have acted like a damn baby, and the fact that she was mature enough to handle herself without me being there was pretty dope. Yeah, so that's my WCW.
I want to give my WCW to the one and only. Y'all know I love her. I think she like my sister, my mentor, everything on the low is Erica Badu. That's my girl. I love her. And I'm going to give her WCW because she has really taught me a lot, whether she knows she has taught me a lot. And I'll say this is why. Because when she first came on the scene, I've been a diehard Erykah Badu fan from the day one. And from when she started with her head wraps, and so from when she started from her head wraps and everything, and her incense, and that's the first time I heard "Woke" in 2008 on her master, the song with Georgia Muldrow, master, I forgot what it's called, but anyway, she know what song it is, and I like her because she's evolved so much, and she has taught me that you look at her and you think it's one way, but when you her actually having a social media and you actually seeing her, you see that she's so many different things, and she does not hold herself just to one type of standard. She allows herself to be free to be her, and I appreciate that because at first I used to be confused. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, wait a minute, like, we ain't supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be like, we supposed to be like, hamdalila, ola, ocha. You know what I'm saying? But she taught me, like, like, I could be that, and I could be this, and I could be this, and I could be this. So I love her. That is my WCW. And thank you for following me on Twitter. And, that's my WCW.
Well, my MCM is Jaden Smith. I love Jaden.
That's a good choice.
I've been following Jaden for about 2 years now, and I love him. I love like him. I understand him from a child. He has ADHD, and I do too. Hey, so it's a lot of things that him and I have in common. I love his music, what he go through. I just love him and his whole misfit movement because I'm part of the misfit team. Yeah. And I listen to him. I love Willow as well. Hey, Willow. But it's something about that Jaden.
If you watching this, child, you say,
Jaden, we're going to make a song together. I love you. I am your biggest fan. I am. And you young, but I'm one of your biggest fans. Like, he's, like, mentally so mature than ever. Like, his level of thinking is, like, so beyond. And he helps me. So
I do have to say something. What
I
she
adore
said
you, Jaden.
Was absolutely right. Considering what she said about Erica, about you just being you, is enough for people to follow behind you and feel your wave. When my daughter first heard, "I'm the mind, not the body," you feel me? My daughter wanted her shirts a little looser, her pants a little more fitted. You feel me? Her shorts a little more lengthy. She took that seriously, and you don't even know what you did for a 9-year-old growing woman. She's a black woman, and you helped somebody else grow and transcend into something better. So she's absolutely right. I think just the way Erica is, she is the way she is, and she is a fan. She don't know her personally, but just who she is enough.
Okay, before we get into that, hold on. Before we get into that, we about to close this out before we get into another conversation. Thank y'all for joining us for another Drinks and Discussion. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the people who've been watching this, sharing, liking, you know what I'm saying? And we will see y'all next Friday. Make sure y'all have y'all drinks on deck. Love y'all. Peace out.